August 18th. This is dried pollen flower from a gorilla. Busted up. It's been dried, kept it in the freezer, got it out, let it set for overnight. Put on this black glove to see if there's, you can see the contrast there between it and the yellow. It's not heavy. Reversing a plant with colloidal silver, so it doesn't result in a great yield of pollen. Reversing female to produce male. Not a lot, but there's some there. Put in an old jar, paint it on. It produces seed. Doesn't look viable. Go on if you're coming. Or go. And here's the Terp tea. I started it yesterday. I got these buckets of dechlorinated water ready. 3 buckets, about 2 gallons in each one. Well, a little bit more. Oh, turn this thing off. If you were a painter, you'd call this boxing. Box paint. Part of the mixing process. So the Terp tea, the Royal Organics, mixed up 16 gallons worth, 1 7-gallon bucket, and you split it up. Then I came out here and poked a bunch of holes in the soil. The soil is full of these little microfine roots. So I really don't want to tear it up, crumble it, break it up, whatever. So I poked a dozen holes or more. Let's see if I can see what we got here. See, I don't know. All these little fine root hairs. So I don't want to disturb that if I don't have to. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to quit using tea. It's not a tea anyway. I guess it's more like a beer. You're adding sugar, and the Terp tea stuff to water, then you aerate it with a water pump or an air pump and diffuser. You're really making beer. And after reading the instructions for the Terp tea, it really sounds like they'd just much rather you go dry anyway. Mix it in. They don't give you a lot of instruction. On the tea, lots of recipes. You put compost in it. That's compost tea. Beer. Worm castings. And I'm making this shit up as I go along, but it sounds like all the goodies are in this Terp tea stuff from Royal Organics. We're using the Bloom. Is it Aurora? Is the actual company, but it's got to be semi-activated. Anyway, just putting it in as a dry amendment. So I'm still going with Uprising Bloom. It's going to be my regular. And I checked the difference between the two. There's some difference. So every other week or so, I'll do the Terp tea. What I was looking for was a boost. I wanted to flip from grow to bloom. But I think I'm having a few deficiency problems here. I wanted to boost it, so I started reading. Picked up on the Terp tea thing. My mind went straight to tea or brew or whatever. But when you really look at it, they're telling you to work it into the soil, water it in, just like the other dry amendments. So this would be, I'm going to put the aerator up. It wasn't real expensive. It was a little diffuser and aerator all together. So maybe it's 25 to 30 bucks. So putting it back up to more than likely get used again. What I'm going to do next is use my compost. Put down a nice layer, a couple gallons of compost in each pot. Spread that out. Maybe a gallon of worm castings. Sticking with the same brand. Blend that up by hand on the top, and then add my uprising bloom to it, and just water through that. And I think that's a compost used kind of as a mulch. So I'm putting down a little mulch layer, surface, gonna hold some of that moisture in at the same time. Mycorrhizae and all the other goodies is used to work into that upper layer right there with those micro fine roots. And without having to go in and disturb those. So I've put down about 15 gallons of this brew that's been going for roughly 24 hours. Everything's getting to bloom now, even the stuff that hasn't started really getting into flower. You can call it pre-flower. And that's going to be the general rule going forward. Really hit it with the bloom, uprising. I've been doing a lot of watering, and that's another thing. So you do all this dechlorination and everything, but I've got a lot of watering, lots of watering to do. I put everything on timers. So this is all city water. What we call city water, chlorinated water. It's all chlorinated water. And non-pH'd. I think the pH is really kind of too high on all this stuff. So anyway, so I come out here with my little jar of pollen. And we'll start over here with Gorilla on the Franco. Well, wait a minute. No, we're still skipping Franco. Franco's just not there yet, and really neither's Josh D. Let's go look. Kinda is, but I've earmarked this one to get the pollen right here. It's we'll go ahead and do it today. So we can get some little paintbrush, cheap little paintbrush I found in the junk in the house. Not a lot of hairs on this one, but this is the limb, so we'll go ahead and get started now. Then come around to this white widow. Well on its way. A little. Down here, Terp and poison. Let's see. Terp and poison's looking good. A lot of hairs. So I keep the pollen in a jar, in a Ziploc, in the freezer, and I've already dried it. Store it in there, and then go in night before. Pull out a little flower cluster, let it dry again overnight, and then come out the next morning. Crush it. I'm out here to apply it. And finally over here to the Cracker Possum, which is again well on its way. Looks more like the White Widow. I've still got pollen flowers on the plant. I'm not pulling those yet because the same buds that have the pollen flowers also have seeds, female hairs and everything, and female flowers. And those seeds aren't ready. So, yeah, go ahead. So anyway. So that's it. All this was done with, again, just city water. I don't have the capacity to put it all in barrels and dechlorinate it. Going through lots of water. I think we're good. The amount of chlorine is going to vary, going to fluctuate in our water supply. These seem to have done all right. Always have. Been doing this for getting into the several years now, I guess. We call it several. Well, poked a bunch of holes in it. So this is it. Last of the tea brew thing. Just going to go dry amendments watered in from now on. It's going to be much easier. Work on it from a different angle.